Guess who's back? It's your boy Art, my sidekick Blow. Welcome to another edition of Time to Tell the Truth. You do not, I repeat, you do not want to miss this episode. You do not, I repeat, you do not want to miss this episode. Tonight, what we're talking about is discipline. Discipline is freedom. You want to know how to get free? You got to discipline yourself.
Yeah, that's it. It's time to tell the truth. Give us a call, 704-449-6563. Throw your cash apps up. We'll send it out. Make sure you share the page at your followers, at your highlight. Let's get this thing jumping. Tonight's topic is discipline is freedom.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Make sure you throw your cash apps up. We're going to get into this. We don't have videos tonight, but what we're going to do is we got a lot of discussion to go. We got a lot of stuff because this is a big topic, man. I'm talking about being disciplined. We got kids that's not disciplined. We got grown-ups that's not disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
We got we got leaders that's not even disciplined in this country.
Yep.
They're not disciplined. If they were, we wouldn't have open borders. Somebody's now, we wouldn't have a lot of wars going on out here like we're going on now. Y'all know how we do this. Throw those cash apps up, like and share the page. We about to get it popping.
All right. So the first thing we're going to do is, okay, so since we're talking about discipline is freedom, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read the definition of discipline. All right. The definition of discipline is self-control, the ability to control oneself, especially by obeying rules or orders or by continuing to work on something difficult.
All right. The ability to control one. How you do that? How you control yourself, Flo? I mean, what leads you to control or not control yourself?
Well, I think it's well, the word for it would be discipline, but in a mindset way, is knowing. It's like they always say, insanity, right? When you're doing the same thing over and over again, and you expect different results.
Right.
You know, if you live in a certain kind of way and you're not comfortable with your circumstances, or you're feeling like you're not free to live your life the way you want to live your life, you gotta make changes.
Right. Okay. And it's hard to make changes because nobody want to make changes. That's the whole thing. Everybody want to keep doing it the way they were doing it. And sometimes the hard truth is you got to make a change.
I mean, or else,
Right.
or you go keep living in the same wreck you're in.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, the discipline yourself, a lot of that comes through frustration and you get in your feelings.
Yeah.
You know, when you get in your feelings, then you get out of character, then you have no discipline.
Yeah.
And I mean, that is a biggie right there. Getting in your feelings. We talk about that all the time. Stay out of your body. You don't make good decisions in your body. I always say that. How many people do you have sitting up on death row in prisons for a split second decision, man? Wasn't any discipline there. They set back after it's too late.
It's crazy.
After you fire the gun, it's too late to put the bullet back. I'm just saying, man, it's too late to put the bullet back. It's too late to stop. You got to have that discipline ahead of time.
Yep.
You know, plenty of people, man, you stepped on my toe. What if somebody just stepped on your foot? How disciplined is you gonna be with that? I mean, that's a biggie, man. You go to a club, you crowded, people everywhere. Somebody steps on your foot.
Yep.
And do you demand somebody to say something if they step on your foot?
No.
Do you demand them to? Or would you go up to those people and tell them, "Well, look, man, you stepped on my foot. You didn't say nothing. Blah blah blah." How would you handle that?
Well, if somebody step on my foot, if they say my bad, I'm gonna tell them you good.
Right.
If they don't say nothing, they still good.
Okay.
I mean, because at the end of the day, that's what the topic is. This a lot of times people in jail because they was not disciplined in that moment.
Right.
And they costed them their freedom.
Exactly. Discipline is freedom. That's what we're talking about. It will cost you your freedom in other ways too. It will cost you your happiness in that regard.
Yep.
Even with your spouse, mate, or whatever it is,
Yep.
it will cost you. An undisciplined act will cost you.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you want to get free, if you want to know about freedom, you got to know about discipline.
Yep.
And that's what we're here to talk about tonight. How do you discipline yourself? You know, hey, what's up? We see you, Kiki.
What's going on?
Yeah, we're talking about discipline. Discipline is freedom. People don't know how to get free these days. We can tell they don't know how to be free. All our youngsters are running around out here. We got a big emphasis on the kids now, man, because that's the next generation. That's the one coming after us. That's the ones that we have to teach how to do something. Everybody recognize that they out of control right now.
Yep.
And it's a lack of discipline.
It's a lack of discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the second half, training. Training that aims to produce obedience or self-control, often through rules and punishments.
Right. You need something that a fighter, disciplines himself. He disciplines himself every day. He goes in there and he trains and he trains and he trains and he disciplines himself to not throw the wrong jab, to not expose himself when it's not time, when it's not conducive.
Yep.
You throw the wrong punch, you're gonna get knocked out at the wrong time. That's the way it is. You know, so if you want to have that freedom that we talking about on the other end, we got to put some stuff into perspective.
Yep.
We got to put in perspective the training that it's going to take to discipline our feelings, discipline our bodies, understand what to do and what not to do. I think the biggest thing that's left unchecked out here is the way we respond to stuff.
Yep.
We don't discipline ourselves. Now, Blow just said if somebody in the club come by, stepped on his foot, and say, my bad, Blow said he would respond,
you good.
You good. If somebody comes by and steps on his foot in the club and don't say a word, Blow would say,
you still good.
You still good. What would you say? Would you still be good, or would you go over there trying to talk to this guy or whoever it is that stepped on your foot and demand an apology?
Because one thing about it is the person that step on your foot and don't say nothing to you, they not disciplined.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you trade yours in because somebody else ain't disciplined?
Because two undisciplined people ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Yeah, that's a bad outcome. If you want a bad outcome, get two undisciplined persons. Do you know what you got when you got two undisciplined people? You got somebody shooting at each other through a crowd of people. That's unchecked, man. I mean, you know, me and Blow shooting at somebody, there's a crowd of people in the middle, and we just shoot. We don't care what we hit.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what you call undisciplined. That's what we're talking about out here tonight. You cannot be free if you're not disciplined, if you don't have discipline. We're trying to teach you about that tonight.
Yeah, and you can't be free. The second on the list is if you're listening to the undisciplined.
Absolutely.
You know, you got somebody that'll come home and somebody will tell them, man, you got what kind of charges? Oh, man, ain't nothing out here for you.
Yeah.
Oh, ain't no good jobs go hire you.
Exactly.
You can't do nothing with your life.
Right.
Man, I've been home from prison for 5 years, man. I can't get a good job nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I say this all the time. I wasted 10 years of my life believing that kind of rhetoric.
Right. Somebody putting that right into you and you actually believing it.
Yep.
Yeah. And you wasn't disciplined enough to say, well, I'm going to still stay the course.
Yeah.
I'm going to do what I got to do anyway. Contrary.
I'll be like, don't watch yourself. What you doing?
Yeah.
Yo, dang.
Yeah. Watch yourself. Yeah. Oh, that's on the foot comment. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know how unchecked would you be?
I know you want to smoke, Keisha.
Yeah, we shouldn't want that kind of smoke.
Nah.
I mean, we ought to be disciplined enough to understand that this person ain't disciplined.
Yeah, exactly.
But at what point do that stop? Okay, the joker step on your foot. Don't say that and go on.
You go over there, you say something to him. He go respond disrespectful. He already done been disrespectful from the
Exactly. He ain't got no discipline.
If somebody step on my foot and don't say nothing, and if I go up to them, I can't expect a reason, a good result.
No, you can't, because somebody's already undisciplined.
Yeah.
Now, two undisciplined people we just talked about ain't gonna get nowhere. That's the bottom line. It's gonna get ugly, and it always does. I mean, man, if we don't start training our kids and telling them, you know, how to, I don't know,
control themselves.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened to this generation, bro. This generation, something happened because they can't take anything. They, you know, their feelings get hurt too easy.
Well, I think we need to read the definition of self-control again.
Okay.
The ability to control oneself, especially by obeying rules or orders or by continuing to work on something difficult. Well, that sounds like a situation that got them being raised by one parent.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, working on something is difficult.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's difficult.
Ability to control yourself or continue to work on something when it get difficult.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. It's a difficult situation when somebody step on your foot. Now, I got to work on that. Kiki got to work a little taste on that.
Kiki got to work on that.
But I'm just saying, man, that's what we're talking about. Discipline is freedom. We're talking about how when you discipline yourself, you'll be free on the other side.
Yeah, and we ain't just talking about free as in not in jail. We're
Right.
talking about freedom where you could make something happen out here in your life.
Right.
You can stay where you want to stay, drive what you want to drive. Your account can look how you want your account to look. You know, you can have the relationships that you need to have.
Right.
You know, you could be living the American dream,
Well,
per
see,
se.
yeah, but don't nothing throw you off your course. That's what we're talking about. Don't let this stuff, man, throw you off the course. You will get threw off from what you got to do because you sitting in your body, in your feelings, because you don't like to, man, stay the course. That's what we got to teach. I ain't seen so many young people. Y'all heard about the shooting. Well, it was 2 shootings. One shooting, the 12-year-old girl went up in there and killed, I think it was 2 or 3 people in the school. That was this week past. I'm saying, man, this thing is crazy. You know, it is crazy.
And just like we saying, discipline is freedom. You have to think about it like this too, Kiki. If you tell somebody that, you putting your freedom in jeopardy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just by that small gesture.
Yeah, and that's a problem right there. So we got to understand that we have to get these people out of our feelings. I mean, you know, and your tongue. We got to watch our tongue. What comes out of that mouth is a lot of times. The Bible says it's got the power of life and death in the tongue. So how you respond, how you come off on somebody means a whole lot.
Even a simple dang, watch yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Even when you're not in the wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to try. I mean, you know, when you're not in the wrong, when is it acceptable? I mean, do you accept it? Do you say, well, nah, I ain't gonna do it this time. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let that go. I got something to do. Oh, true. Yeah, I got something to do.
Mm-hmm.
I can't let this one incident derail me. You know how many people done got derailed, man, by one little small thing that they just couldn't let go? I got to say something. I got to speak on it. I feel disrespected. You know, when somebody step on your shoe, that's all that is. And you feel disrespected. And don't say nothing. You feel disrespected.
Yeah.
You feel like they just disrespected. How far does that word go, man? How far can that go to keep you on course?
It's crazy.
Yeah. I had somebody one time, they were saying that, and I'll tell this story. I'm just leaving names out of it. A friend of mine had a son, and his son and some guys got into it on the internet, on Facebook. I mean, they didn't even know each other. They got into it because somebody said something about his son. Okay. And they didn't know that. It was some black and white people. These guys got into it so bad that civil service showed up at the door. Civil service showed up at the door. I mean, you don't even know me. I can block you. That's what I'm talking about. Why you got to get in your body that bad, bro? Why would you be unhinged, undisciplined so bad to where you go back and forth with somebody on Facebook that you don't even know, that you can block within a single button, one button you block. You don't even have to never hear from them people again.
Never.
You got children that kill themselves being on Facebook because they got rejected or whatever. Something had to be done about it.
Yep.
And nobody should be killing themselves because they don't like what somebody said on the other side of the computer, and them people don't even know you. Even if they know you, you don't have to even talk to them. You can hit a button that say you block. I don't even have to see you no more.
Yep.
Yeah. And somebody that don't do that, they don't have any discipline.
No, none at all.
Yeah, they don't have any discipline about this stuff.
Accountability.
Yeah. That's our next big issue, because nobody ever wants to take accountability for anything. That gets you in a lot of trouble. I'm serious. It gets you in a real lot of trouble out here. Yep. You know, we ain't getting hyped up today because now we get into some more serious issues that we like to talk about. We like to talk about this kind of stuff, man, because we want your input, as well as we look this stuff up. We research this stuff. We try to figure out what's going on with what's out here. We genuinely care about what's going on in our communities and in our kids' communities and within all y'all communities. So we care about that. So we talk about these subjects. You know, what's on the agenda next, Blo?
We got sacrifice. Well, I want to stress something on accountability. One thing about accountability is when you take accountability, it take you further than trying to argue with somebody.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take accountability. I'm in a line of work where accountability is absolutely necessary. You know, if I'm a salesman and I feed my family because I sell things,
Right.
and if something goes wrong with the order, I could possibly lose my customer. Then I
Right.
have the right to be upset about it.
Right.
And then on the other side, you got people that work with me as me being a salesman
Right.
that I have to work hand in hand with to make sure that my customers are happy.
Right.
Now I'm gonna flip to the other side. I'm working on the other side, and I have a list of responsibilities that I got to handle to make sure that the salesman's customer is happy.
Right.
Whether that's taking out a product to a job site and making sure that it's signed for, make sure that it's a proof that I made the delivery.
Right.
You know, if I can't prove that I made the delivery, then the customer could call the salesman and tell the salesman that I didn't get it.
Right. Cost somebody a bunch of money.
A whole bunch of money.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
But my thing is, if I don't do my job, when my boss come to me and say, "Hey, Blow, you got to make sure you're getting a signature and a picture, so you don't put me in this predicament,"
Right.
I got to say I was wrong.
Right.
This won't happen again.
Right.
I can't be telling him, "Oh man, I gave the man the stuff. The man ran off with the stuff."
Yeah. Put it on the next man.
Yeah, put it on the next man.
That's the way you do. When you don't accept accountability, you always throw it off to something else. You went there, yeah, but this, yeah. No. One thing about telling the truth and accepting responsibility, it stops right there.
Exactly.
It don't have to go nowhere. You don't have to look for nobody else.
Exactly. And accountability is grown man's business.
Yeah, that's grown man people.
That's grown man business. That's grown man business.
Yeah. Exactly.
Accountability, what's that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Accountability is a lot. I mean, you know, yeah, you're right. What's that? Because nobody out here wants to take accountability for anything. You know, they don't want to take the accountability for doing anything wrong. I ain't never seen it in my life. They always want to blame somebody else. You know, it used to be the devil made me do it. Now people stop believing in the devil, so now they ain't got nothing else. Somebody, John made me do it. You know what I'm saying? No, you did it because you wanted to do it. You did it, and if you take accountability, it don't have to go no further.
Sounds like French.
Okay, Calvin. Yeah, that's it though. You know, I don't know what you give them a scenario, Blow.
Well, shoot, that's pretty much just about basically what I was just saying. You at the job, and let's say that I'm a salesman and I'm selling somebody $1,000 generator. All right, and he called me and tell me I didn't get the generator. You didn't get the generator. So I call over to the job and say, "Hey man, I put in the order for a generator." The man say he didn't get the generator. Yeah. So the boss at the job asks his worker, "Hey man, I need proof that you delivered the generator," and that's a part of his job.
Right.
And he say, "I don't have the proof." So you didn't take the picture? You didn't get the signature? Oh, I got the signature, but I didn't take the picture. So now they telling me somebody's name, and I'm telling them, well, John signed for it. There ain't no John work here.
Well, what would y'all do out there? Somebody had something and you was the last man on the pole. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. If you was the supervisor in charge of that guy, would you fire this guy or would you keep him? Why would you keep him or why would you fire him? If he didn't take the picture, if he didn't get the signature on the things that he needed, would you keep this guy or would you fire him?
Well, he definitely up to be fired. I believe that.
Yeah.
But my thing is, when it comes down to it, it comes down to what we're talking about. Accountability.
Right.
He got to say, you know what, this is something that I did and I make sure that it won't never happen again.
Absolutely. He keeps the job.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if he comes in and say, the man walked off, I didn't get to do something, man, nobody, you start making excuses, then what is he? Fired.
He need to be fired, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
That's the situation.
Yeah. Ain't no days off. Sorry for being late.
It's all good.
All right. Yeah, he definitely in the unemployment line next week. Absolutely. He needs to be in the unemployment line. If he doesn't take responsibility, that's what we're talking about.
Yep.
Look, the buck stops at accountability because the truth stops everything. When it's a lie continually being told, when you ain't accepting responsibility, then the thing just goes on and on and on. You keep blaming it on somebody else. You never get it settled.
Yep.
If I take responsibility and say, look, it was my fault, this ain't gonna never happen again. I'll make sure I get a picture and a signature with everybody. You most likely gonna have your job next week. If you come in saying, well, man, it wasn't my fault, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, you ain't gonna have no job. You know, or if it was me, I had to take responsibility. Even though you work under me, I got to take responsibility from my boss. That's what we're talking about.
You got to take responsibility.
Yeah, it's a lot of discipline that has to go on out here, man. Discipline equals freedom. That's what we're talking about tonight. If you discipline enough, you can get freedom in a lot of areas in your life. What's up, Chef Florida boy?
Yeah, you got to take accountability.
Absolutely. And the problem is nobody does. That's why we got these undisciplined, unchecked kids running around out here because don't nobody discipline them early. While we own discipline, how early does that start? And where does that come from? Do y'all believe that if you discipline your kids real early, you got a better shot at them later on?
Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, everything that even before they start talking, they're getting disciplined.
Absolutely. Yeah. Stop. Pop. Hand pop.
Yeah.
People don't like to do that more. I don't know what's going on. They don't like to do it. They don't like to do it to their kids. I think that society has taught them now that timeout is okay. They done taught them that don't hit your child, you'll go to jail. The children pick right up on that stuff.
Yeah.
They pick up on that stuff so fast. That's why they keep doing stuff. You know.
It starts in the house.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It starts in the house and it starts early in the house. I had discipline in the house. I did wrong on my own. Yeah, you did wrong on your own. And I ain't saying that we all ain't going to do wrong, but you're going to know how to come back to be disciplined. When things go wrong, after you do wrong, you're going to know how to get back in check.
Yeah.
The problem is when you don't have that discipline enough. I don't know how many of y'all missed the scenario we was talking about in the club. If somebody step on your foot and they say, excuse me, or they don't say anything, what would be your reaction to that?
And I think that's a good comment that you had on that too, because discipline is not something that you always build. You don't always build. Sometimes you lose discipline.
Yeah.
Discipline can be lost just like discipline can be gained.
Absolutely.
You could be homeless on the street and become disciplined and go to a mansion. You could be in the mansion and become undisciplined and be on the street.
Absolutely. The thing works both ways. But if you discipline yourself, you will have a better shot at freedom.
Yeah, you have to start early in life.
Absolutely. We got to start real early. Kids got to get started disciplined real early. We got to help them out. We got to show them how to be disciplined. You know, because an undisciplined parent, you got an undisciplined child. How many of y'all out there smoke weed with your kids?
Exactly.
With your 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds. We got people that do that.
Yep.
Right now. Yep. They smoke weeds with
they see them on the crash course and just stand there and just watch them.
Or help them get that.
I mean, it don't make no sense. You got a 16, 17-year-old, you go in his room, he in there smoking a blunt, he got a pistol on the table. Yeah. You ain't saying that.
Absolutely. You know, never. I get you, Kelvin. That's absolutely not. We do not do that. We do not do a lot of that stuff.
No.
I mean, you know, man, most kids got a better shot at making it. Most grown-ups got a better shot at making it if they start. I've seen relationships go down the drain because one or both don't want to take accountability.
That's it.
Yeah, that goes down the drain real quick.
I've seen it too.
Yeah.
I've seen it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I go through it all the time. I got people be my best boys, but just because you don't want to take accountability, then you know, we clash.
Yeah, we clash. You know, because when somebody telling you to say, man, this joker just won't admit nothing. You just won't admit. You're sitting there looking at them knowing they did wrong, but they won't admit it. No. They will put it off on something else or just refuse to be wrong. I know every one of you know somebody out there that just won't be wrong. Exactly. They don't want to be wrong. They would do anything to keep from being wrong. They crash and burn at the end of the day. I'm telling you, it's no other choice. You're gonna crash and burn. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's just the way it is. So we gonna have to really buckle down. Okay, get with these kids, get with whoever,
Hmm.
even your spouses, man, and start practicing some discipline. We was talking about getting in your feelings earlier. You
Hmm.
can't get in your feelings. I, I say this all the time on this show. You make your worst decisions when you get in your body. I'm telling you, when you get in your body, you never seem to make a good decision.
No.
Everything always go wrong. It goes left. The boss tell you something at work, you just get in your body, and tomorrow you without a job.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same way with kids in school. They get in their body, tomorrow they suspended from school. Just that quick. How we go from that this to that to no job in 1 day?
It's like accountability is seen as a weakness. Exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with accountability.
Right. That's what ought to be taught.
And like I said, when you take accountability, everything stops. It moves no further. The
Yeah.
only thing you can do now is build off of it.
Absolutely.
Once you take accountability, it's time to build.
Can't nobody say nothing to that.
No.
You know, when you take accountability, you say, well, did you? Yeah, I done it.
Yep.
Now, I mean, what am I going to say when you just admit that you done it? If you catch somebody stealing out the store or whatever, and they sitting there and you say, you stole this, and they say, yeah, I did it. you now you got a decision to make on your part.
Yep.
This person just admitted that they done it. You know they done it. They said they done it, and they might be apologizing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do at that point? You might be unchecked and you still want to arrest them and do all this other stuff to them,
jump
on them for stealing this. But that means you undisciplined at that point,
mm-hmm.
because you took advantage of a person that was there telling you that they did it. I mean, you do what you got to do, but you ain't got to go there for. Hey, what's up, Gaslighter? We see you out there. We talking about freedom tonight. We talking about discipline is freedom. We want to know, how can discipline bring about freedom in your life?
Yep.
Because most people are tied down because they're not disciplined enough.
Yep.
Most people don't get where they need to go because they're not disciplined. I always talk about, I believe I can go to the moon if I wanted to, but boy, it's going to take a lot of discipline. Am I willing to be that disciplined?
Yep. And a lot of what's next on the list, sacrifice.
Ooh, yeah.
You got to be able to sacrifice something to be disciplined.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. If you know you're trying to move somewhere and you need the money, you need 2 paychecks to get there. If you don't be disciplined enough to hold on 1 check for 2 weeks, you ain't gonna never fix yourself.
Nah, you ain't gonna fix the situation.
No, you ain't gonna find the freedom you're looking for.
Absolutely. So, you definitely got to be disciplined. We talking about discipline. I want to be disciplined. Have we arrived? Do anybody think they arrived at full discipline yet? You think you arrived there, Flo?
I think from where I started, I have, but it's always, it's different areas that you got to be disciplined in.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to be disciplined in life to make things happen for yourself, to acquire the things you want or think you deserve in life. You know, you have to be disciplined in dealing with other people
all the time.
At my job, see, I'm the manager at my job, and I have no problem taking accountability. So I feel a certain kind of way when I deal with people that don't want to take accountability.
Absolutely.
Because when you're the boss at the job, I see somebody say it's 2 things when you're the boss at the job. One, you being the boss means you shouldn't have to work as hard.
Yeah.
But the second thing is everything that everybody up under you does is like you did it.
Right.
So it's hard on me to be willing to take accountability, but then everybody up under me doesn't do that.
Yeah, because they're not disciplined.
Yeah,
everybody under you is not disciplined.
Because if somebody called me and say, one of your drivers did this, and I say, okay, that's on me. Right. And then the driver come in and I say, hey, you did this wrong. And they trying to put it on somebody else. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Because I'm taking the hit for you, but you won't take the hit for yourself.
Absolutely.
That's a problem.
Yeah, because you definitely going to be held accountable for what they do, or you wouldn't be the supervisor. And I'm going to tell you something else. The misnomer, I think, of being working, if you the manager and you working less than anybody else, you work harder than everybody else. Because now you got to bring all this stuff in the check. That's why that was delegated to you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just like you a coach of the team. You ever hear somebody say that most of the best teams in any sport, they always say this about the coach. Their team is a reflection of the coach.
Right.
And that's one thing that, that I'm trying to build a culture of, even in my workplace. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know how to do every part of the job. That's why I'm in the position I'm in. And I haven't always had accountability down to a T.
Yeah, it's a mindset. I think it's a mindset. I think accountability is a mindset.
It is.
And you have to understand what's going on. You remember me telling you a story about when I went to work and when I was young and I went to work and I say, well, I'm going in to do as less as possible. I wasn't taking any accountability at that point. But that was a mindset. Somebody taught the other guy to be accountable. Yeah. It was great because he held everybody. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Jordan held everybody accountable. That's why they had a good team.
Yep.
If you listen to all the coaches out there or all the commentators, they say that's a well-disciplined team.
Yep.
Why? Everybody does their job. They do what they're supposed to do, and they take accountability for messing up.
Yep.
That's why they say the Patriots were so good, because Belichick held everybody to doing their particular job.
Yep.
You don't do your job, you're going to be called out for it, and you got to take accountability. You can't put it on nobody else. That's your assignment.
If you do everything you're supposed to be doing, when you come together as a team, y'all will be unstoppable.
Absolutely.
And that's the point that you get. And if you ain't doing your job and everybody else is, the team go suffer because of you.
Just because of you. That's right. Because what you ain't doing falls back to everybody else. Now we got a weak lead. Now we have to try. Somebody's got to leave their job to come and try to help you do your job. Because you ain't disciplined enough to stand there and hold the line like you supposed. You want to do something else. You got another tendency. You ain't disciplined enough to put your feelings in check and say, I ain't going over here and holler at this guy for stepping on my shoe and not saying, excuse me. Or somebody, what if somebody cut in front of you in line?
It's all good.
If somebody cut in front of you in line, will you be disciplined enough to hold your feelings in check, or would you have to go up there and speak to somebody? Because a lot of it comes down to people feel like they're being disrespected.
Yeah, I think to me, but disrespect to me is something different than I guess it is to other people. You know what I mean? If you ain't physically put your hands on me, then you ain't disrespecting me. You can feel how you want to feel, really, or do, because like I said, that's you being undisciplined.
Right.
And we already know with two undisciplined people,
it's going to be a problem.
Somebody going to lose their freedom.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what it boils down to. They say women are the ones who don't take it. Absolutely. I'm going to agree with you on that. They don't like it. That everybody, they don't like to get over here and let people say that we women bashing and stuff. But most women don't take accountability. They will put it on anything except taking accountability.
I mean, a lot of men don't take accountability.
That's true too.
A lot of men that have a child and know it's theirs and don't take care of it.
They don't want to take care of it. So it works both ways, But if you could just say I was wrong, that changes the whole game, man. That changes the game completely. It stops everything in its track.
Yep.
Then you got a peace of mind. You free, because if you go ahead and admit it, then whatever you do, you do. Yeah.
You just tell the truth over
here. Absolutely. That's what the name of it is. Time to tell the truth. That's what we do. Me and Blow ain't never claimed to be right about nothing. We go and we check the stats and we give you the information.
I mean, a lot of this stuff is common sense. A lot of this stuff is, and the last thing that we had on this list is being disciplined prevents your pain.
Absolutely.
A lot of pain that undisciplined people experience on the day-to-day, once you become disciplined, the pain go away.
Absolutely.
I keep talking about my job, but it came a point in time where I had to get from behind the desk.
Yeah.
I get paid to be behind the desk, but it was a point in time where I had to get up and go out there, because telling them jokers, make sure your order right, wasn't doing enough. I had to get out there and line for line, check behind them, make sure everything was right so we could keep these people happy.
Yeah.
And not only we keeping people happy, we doing what we supposed to be doing. I can't be mad at somebody who make a living off of selling product to a person,
Right.
and it go out wrong.
Right.
That's my fault. It's my job to make sure, even if Art did it, it's still my fault.
Yeah. Yeah. They holding you accountable.
They put me in position to make sure Art don't mess up.
Exactly.
That's my job.
Exactly.
And I can't be mad at the man because that's his job to sell. You see what I'm saying? I got to make sure he can keep selling. Because if we take everything wrong, we ain't gonna have nothing to sell. Right. Nobody to sell to. I should say.
Well, discipline is a mindset. I keep saying that, but it is a mindset. Whenever you go on anybody's job, man, you want to do your job to perfection. I haven't seen the likes of what we got going on out here today, because everybody know you go to the fast food joint. Everybody in there is on their phones. They're gonna give you some cold food. Nobody's in there making sure everything is coming out hot. you know that's crazy. No, everything is coming out. I went to a cookout. This is how unchecked and undisciplined everybody.
That's how it goes.
I went to a cookout, and somebody gonna reach me a tray out the window without even a bag. I'm like, man, are you serious? I mean, you just hand me a naked tray out the window. You don't even put it in a bag or nothing. So I'm supposed to take 2 trays home, or 3 trays, how many ever trays home, okay, with no bag. I'm just saying. Now, look, discipline is a lot, man, but come on, man. Who is in there doing this? I mean, who ain't thinking? I'm just saying, you go and somebody and you think, how you gonna carry that?
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You did, Mom. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. And that's the life I live.
Yeah,
that's it.
And I'm sure that's the life we all live, because we all are responsible for something or somebody.
Yeah.
At some time, and we all just ain't responsible for ourselves. If we was just responsible for ourselves, we would never need nobody else. Yeah. But it don't work like that. Everybody's got a job. Everybody's got something to take care of, and you got to be disciplined to get that done. I don't care if it's just cleaning the house. You'll never get your house clean if you ain't disciplined enough to sit down there and do it.
You're right.
How many projects do you know that's just sitting there, and you know you've been needing to do it, you know you want to do it, but you ain't disciplined enough to say, look, I'm gonna sit down here and I'm gonna tackle this thing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you go and do everything else except tackle that.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, that's crazy. So you get free by doing it. I tell you what, if you go tackle that job, you'll feel a lot better at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you won't have to do it no more.
Exactly. You'll find freedom, peace of mind. It'll prevent your pain.
Absolutely.
You won't feel no pain. Ain't no pain in that. Once I got from behind my desk and started going out there and holding hands, essentially, something I shouldn't have to do.
Yeah.
But now I ain't got no headache. Every email don't say wrong material.
Right. But it's a shame that you have to go out there and do that yourself. You don't have a crew that's disciplined enough. I don't know what it takes to get people disciplined. I don't know what it takes to get somebody locked in and understanding what they need to do. I mean, is it a one-on-one technique that you can do? Is it?
Well, I think you show them how it's done.
Huh?
That's my biggest problem. I deal with certain people, you can't even show them how it's done. It don't make no sense. If it's happening, then I say, okay, y'all, this is what's happening. I'm going to show you how to stop this from happening.
Right.
And then you show everybody. And as soon as you go sit back behind your desk, here it go happening again a week later. Yeah. It won't even happen for a week or two. And then as soon as you go sit back down, here it go happening again. Job holding hands. That's it.
Good job.
Yeah,
you got to hold people. That's the job. You got to hold their hand. I mean, you shouldn't have to do that, but you do. You still gonna have those people that you're gonna have to do it to.
But I figured it out though, and just that's the difference. That's why you have people in the positions that they're in.
Yeah.
The best workers are in the best positions.
Absolutely.
That's why.
Exactly.
You got people be working at a job for 15 years, and then somebody coming in and being there for 18 months, and now they boss.
Elevated over you. Why? Because they took their job serious, first of all, and they was disciplined enough to learn how to do everything.
And the whole time they was in there working, you been there for 14 years, you actually know why they working so hard.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, why you doing all that, man? Don't do all that like that, man. You doing too much.
Well, anybody ever had people like I have been on a job that people told me that exact thing. You know, man, look, don't do that. You ain't got to do that. That ain't your job.
They'll retire and never had a position of power.
Exactly. That ain't your job. No, but it needs to be done. I'm looking at it need to be done. I had to learn that concept. This ain't something that I knew already.
And when I used to wake up in the morning as a driver, I used to think to myself, I'm gonna do as much as I can do today. Right.
Exactly.
Right. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna take as many orders. I'm gonna take double the amount of orders that everybody else to work here, and I'm gonna take them all right.
Yeah, that's the attitude that you have to have. But I know plenty of people. I used to know these ladies, and I think I said this before. I used to know these ladies that worked in a restaurant. They knew everything about that job. Man, they come in early. They know how to open up the store. They know what needs to go where, how much stuff that needs to be ordered. But they didn't want the position of running the place. They didn't want that.
You told me to slow down. Yeah, that's what they do. They tell you to slow down.
Exactly, they tell you to slow down.
But you speed right past them. Right. Yeah, that's the right. I mean, that's the only mindset to have.
Right.
That's the only mindset to have when you work. Because one thing people gotta understand, man, when you become disciplined, what you put into life is what you get out of life.
Absolutely.
You half-ass around, you go half-ass get anything out of it. But when you go hard, you go. Hey. You go reap the benefits.
You absolutely gonna reap the benefits. Now, I have had people blow to tell me that it's not necessarily true. Now, this is what I always say.
Do better. That's it.
I always say that hard work always pay off. But I have people that beg to differ with me that hard work doesn't always pay off.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I just told everybody what I used to do when I was a driver, right? So one day I was sitting in my office and I came to the realization. 6 years ago, I had my interview in the same office.
Yeah.
When my first day at the job, when I came in there, the office belonged to the person that ran the branch. He gave me an interview, and now 6 years later, that's my office.
Right.
And I had people along the way telling me, "Oh, you moving too fast.
Yeah.
Oh, why you doing so much?"
Right.
The person that used to load trucks, I come in and I turn in my paperwork, and it'll be 5 trucks in front of me. And I get my paperwork and I look at my paperwork. I come out, everybody talking, half-assing around, twiddling their thumbs and all kind of stuff.
Right.
I'm looking at my stuff. I see I got this pallet right here. I got these couple of bags I can grab right here. Let me grab this. I tell the loader, hey, grab that. I'm gonna bag out and I'm gonna meet you at the front of the building.
Right.
Just throw that on my truck so I could go.
Yeah.
The loader used to be mad at me.
Yeah, for getting them to do some extra work.
Yeah, blow. Why you skipping everybody? You see I got a line. Man, you see what they doing?
Yeah.
Pull out, meet me up front. I'm gone. Yeah. I'm back for half of them already done left. You see what I'm saying?
You should go into work expecting to run the place sooner or later. I'm just telling you, I ain't going into work just to be working every day. If I go in on the ground level, I already know at the end of the day, I'll be running the place.
You appreciate that, man. And that's the truth. That's my office.
I will be willing to bet anybody. Wherever it's at. If I went to McDonald's tomorrow and start working, give me 2 months. Yep. I'm running the place. Yep. I promise you I'm running the place in 2 months. That's all it's going to take. Because I'm going to go in, I'm going to learn everything about the whole job. I'm going to show up every single day on time. I'm going to stay after time. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be accountable. You're going to know that I'm going to be able to show up when I'm supposed to show up, even extra if you need me. That's the way you got to approach any job. For any young person that's watching this out here today, and if you want to know how to get ahead, when you go to a job, show up every single day on time, okay? Keep a good attitude, even though you might not like something, okay? But do the job that needs to be done. Not only the job that needs to be done, be aware and do stuff that you know that need to be done that you don't really have to do, but somebody's going to have to do it. And if you got the time to do it, go ahead and do it. That's the way you get ahead. But I have people to argue with me and say, that's not true. Hard work doesn't always pay off, but it does. Even if it's just satisfactory to you to know that you've done everything right.
It's going to pay off.
Yeah. I used to have a lot of people working for me. Blow, you know that. Yep. I used to have 8 to 10 people working for me all the time.
I was one of them.
I was one of them. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I used to have 8 to 10 people that worked for me. And people would ask me, why does he get paid more than this person? Mm-hmm. And I used to say he gets paid more because he does more. See, he makes my whole job easier. He does things that need to be done without me telling him to do it. Of course he's getting a raise. Are you serious? You know what I'm saying? And here's another guy over here that's doing nothing. I got to go tell him every single thing to do.
You got to hold his hand.
Holding hands is part of the job. I got to go hold this man's hand every time I want him to do something. That takes away from what I got to do. I might be going out looking for another contract, getting some more contracts so everybody else can make money and make more money. Yep. But for somebody that didn't understand that, they holding up the whole job and everybody else.
They got you losing contracts.
Losing contracts, not making money. And these guys over here, I got 2 or 3 guys that know what to go do. They go get extra contracts. Mm-hmm. They go help make me money. You think I ain't giving them a raise? Are you serious?
I mean, you know how many times you done been out there in the field and somebody ride by and hit the brakes and put in the reverse and come back, hey, y'all got something to do after y'all finish with them.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly, and that's the kind of people that you want. One that I don't have to go back and check behind. I know the job is done right. I have people calling me up, hey man, that guy you sent over here, fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Perfect, excellent job. Send them back. I know who's doing something good. You get rewarded for that, man. Why? Because if you keep rewarding those people, they keep moving up.
Yep, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, and it's all about discipline. If you want to have do the job, somebody's going to know that job is half done and it's not done right.
And when you have doing the job, you always have pain.
Yeah.
Every time you come in the office, your boss telling you why you ain't checked the order. Or the man back there asking, man, why you put onions on? Don't you see it say no pickles, no onions? Why you got pickles and onions on the sandwich?
Right.
You got to do your job the way it's supposed to be done. Take your time. Sometimes you got to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
To do it right.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to leave early. Sometimes you got to get there early. Sometimes you got to leave late.
You got to stay late.
Yeah, that makes sure the job is done right. And if you don't understand this, if you don't have the discipline to do this stuff, then it creates some pain in your life.
Some people look bad. Well, really, they made it. Hey, you know what? They was easy to outwork.
Exactly.
That was it.
Yeah.
I got people, man, I'm going to tell you something. Half the crew there have been there longer than me.
Yeah.
And now they coming in listening to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 4 or 5 drivers in their 50s and 60s.
Absolutely, Cal Mal. That's exactly what you got to do to make it in this world.
Yeah,
you want to make it in this world. Don't think about it as somebody is using you. Think about it. I don't care if I make this person some money, because that money, okay, it will trickle down to me sooner or later. I'm gonna tell you something. You don't really think that a boss notice when you making them money?
Yeah, they notice.
Come on, man. Come on. Are you serious? You adding to my bottom line and I don't understand that?
I had a guy ask me the other day. He said, how come we having so much problem at the warehouse here, but when we was working back 3 years ago, everything used to be pulled right? And you know what I told him?
I was pulling it.
Hey,
you was pulling it.
Hey, look, we was pulling it. Now everybody that was working in the warehouse, that's the branch manager, that's the assistant branch manager, that's the warehouse manager.
Yeah.
We running the building.
Thank you. We got new people back there.
The best people, the best workers that we had running the building now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we work, and then everybody up under us got us looking crazy because they ain't doing what they supposed to be doing.
That's it.
I don't understand how you can be up under great leadership and still be half-assed.
Well, that's what we're going to now, because most people don't understand what I just said. They don't understand how to get in there and how the mindset that you come into a place with is not coming in that these people making all the money and I ain't getting nothing. Yep. See, that's most of the mindset. I ran into that a whole lot. I ran into that a whole lot, Blo. When I was running my business, I ran into that, people worrying about what I was making. You can't worry about what the company making because you don't know what the company's got. You don't know who pays all the insurance. You don't know who pays all the gas for all the vans, all this material to buy this stuff. You have no idea. All you're looking at is yourself. Mm-hmm. You don't understand the bottom line of nothing. I mean, that is the problem. You just know you're looking at this big company making all this money. You don't know all the taxes they got to pay. Mm-hmm. You know, oh, his salary is this, that, and the other.
They're training all future bosses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what you actually doing, but you ain't found one that wants to be trained. You got to want to be trained. That's what I say. You got to come into this thing with a mindset. Gotta do the making it. Absolutely. You got to come in there with the mindset that I'm gonna work. I come here to work. I'm gonna do the best job I can. Mm-hmm. And you got to get in and make yourself valuable. That's what you do. You know how to make yourself valuable. You make them people miss you if you're not there.
Yep.
You make those people miss you if you're not there. What you do? I had plenty of people I didn't even miss when they wasn't there. Because when they were there, they were costing me money. I wasn't getting nothing done. I'll get no more done with them there and them not being there.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I had to pay somebody for being there, but I wasn't getting any more production out of the situation.
And as a boss, that becomes frustrating because it's easy.
Yeah.
The work be easy. If you do what you're supposed to be doing the way it's supposed to be done, it's easy.
Well, it's easy for everybody. It makes everything run smooth.
Mm-hmm.
You run as a group. And when you do that, just like all those people in the warehouse now, they will be in y'all positions when y'all move on, either to something bigger, corporate, whatever you got to do. Then the position comes open, they'll take it. But there's nobody to take your place right now because they can't even do what they're supposed to do right now.
It's crazy. Yeah,
that is really crazy, man. And to think about nobody, you get a whole restaurant. Wait, nobody in the whole restaurant is competent. You go into KFC and you bring out cold chicken.
It's like fast food. They don't even believe in even selling you good food no more. They don't even care. But what about the person that owns this place?
They care.
Exactly. Every time somebody come through and you send out cold chicken or a bad burger or something mismade wrong, that's somebody. I ain't man. Look, we riding by that. Hey, we about to pull over. I don't want to go over there. I don't go over there.
Yeah.
Man, last 2 times I done came in there, my stuff ain't been right.
Ain't been right, period. Ain't got the right stuff in the box. It's cold, half cooked.
The owner doing everything they supposed to be doing.
Yes, they is.
They're doing everything they supposed to do. They're keeping the food in there. They're keeping everybody paid. They're keeping the lights on. They're doing everything they supposed to do.
They can't cook it and serve it too.
You're making the people look bad. That's it. That's the whole thing. I feel like I got to get out there to check the order, deliver the order, do the paperwork, everything.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to lose my job.
Yeah. Yeah.
The owner going to go out of business and he ain't done nothing wrong.
Nah. He done provided everything he needed except for a quality personnel, and that's what he needed, and when he couldn't get.
Yep.
Everybody's worried about all these people coming in, taking jobs, and these people coming over and they bringing people over, and these people come over and work like a champ. Now, I got to give them that part.
Yep.
I got to give them that part. They come over and they do the job and they do it right. I ain't never seen nobody cut grass like them jokers come in here and cut, line it up, everything lined up, perfect looking, put it out there, and everything. Take the time, do the job right.
Yep.
Joker come in, just run over the grass, kill it, everything. I'm just saying, man, we got to keep it 100. Me and Blow always keep it 100 on that. I'm just telling the truth right now. So you can't go wrong by telling the truth. I'm telling you, that's what's going on. You know, but if we was out here doing this stuff right, man, we would be the same way, in the same position.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Make them miss me when I leave.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Bill. Absolutely. Yeah. Make them miss you when you're gone.
Yep. It wasn't my fault.
That's a favorite one right there. Yeah. If you make them people miss you, I guarantee you'll be moving up.
That's it. You got to take the hits, man.
Yeah.
You got to take the hits, man. There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
The technical difficulty. Yeah. You know, make them people miss you. One coming to do my yard tomorrow.
I guarantee it's going to be done right.
Yeah, it's going to be done right. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It's going to be done right. Yeah. They come and do it, and you know it's going to be done right. You get somebody else that want to laze around, not do it, do the work and all that, man. Come on, we see this stuff.
I got one of them do my yard, do a phenomenal job. Shoot, my sister had a place a couple years back. Shoot, she had some of us out there. They out there drinking 40s, playing loud music.
Yeah,
all kind of stuff, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. And when I was running those vans, I had people out there. You all in the people car playing the music and all that. Man, no. No. Just do the job, man.
Yeah.
Do the job and go to the next one. That's all you got to do. Do it like you would want it done for you.
That's it. You got to be disciplined, man. It takes discipline. You got to be smart and have the mindset. You got to do this stuff, man. And you got to get hands on. And one thing I can't say about you, Art, when we used to do, we'd be out there, all kind of stuff will pull up. You know what I mean? It could be a car, regular SUV, something like that. let an old Range Rover or Mercedes Benz pull up. Ain't nobody touching that but art.
Yeah.
That's the way you got to be.
Exactly.
You got to be able to roll up your sleeve and step out there. Just like whenever I get certain tickets for certain big customers, I got to get out there and make sure it's done right. We can't lose them.
Exactly.
They too valuable to lose.
Absolutely. You got to be able to get your hands dirty and get back in there and grind if necessary.
Yeah.
Until you can find somebody that you know that's going to do that the right way. Yeah, you got to make sure.
Because leave it up to the help, baby. You're going to lose them. You're going to be the head and the bottom and say,
yeah,
you got to pay for the car. They got the man paint falling off the car.
I had all that happen too. So don't get it twisted. Yeah. I mean, discipline, man. You learn this stuff. It's a lot of stuff that you learn throughout the course of paying attention. I'm glad y'all join in. I am. I'm really glad y'all join in every single week, man. You don't know how proud me and bro y'all that just come in here week in, week out consistently, man, and pay attention, listen, interject, comment. We like that stuff, man, because now we feel like that something is getting through somewhere.
Yeah.
We back to our topics now. We was on the election for a while, and the reason we was on the election is because we knew and we understood that a certain type of people have to be in there to get something done. Now people starting to see it, but they couldn't the whole process.
No, they couldn't.
Yeah, because you're getting tricked.
I appreciate it, Gaslighter.
Sure. Heading back to work. See you next week. All right, Gaslighter, make sure you got your cash apps up, like and share the page. It's been a good episode, and I'm glad y'all be commenting, man. But we come in. If y'all got anything special y'all want to talk about, inbox me a blow. We'll get you on the show. You can join in. We can bring you in from where you're at. You know what I'm saying? But we always trying to get good topics out here, man, because I think we need them. The stuff that we talk about, man, we need this stuff. People don't understand it, and I know they don't understand it. I know they don't understand a lot of this stuff. I didn't understand it. That's why I know a lot of more people
I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it either.
No, we just went there to do something. Yeah, we didn't go there with the understanding of I'm gonna be running this one day. It's a good possibility that I will run this.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And you will run it. If you go anywhere, man, I'm gonna tell you something about people. They easy to outwork.
Absolutely.
They easy to outwork. It's easy to stand out of any situation that you get in.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. You go in there and do what them people ask you to do the way it's supposed to be done, and they seeing a whole bunch of foolishness going on around you, man.
Right.
Hey, they want you.
Yeah, they want you. They're going to miss you if you ain't there. They're going to know that you know this. They're going to call on you when they need something. Why they calling on you? Because they know that you know it.
Yep.
That might be all the way out your field. But they're going to call you and you'll be over there doing somebody be telling you just what they tell you. Why are you doing all that extra work?
Man, don't do nothing if you ain't going to do it right.
Absolutely.
There ain't no need to do it. What you doing if you sitting up there, you in my way.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to be great, but I got you up under me and you ain't no good at all. How I'm going to be great?
You can't be great. He got to help make you great. Y'all got to help make each other great.
That's it.
I don't know. Sometimes you might have to pull somebody aside and explain it to them because they just don't be getting it. Let me explain to you how this thing actually works. I wished a lot of times, this is serious. My father died when I was real young, but I wished I had somebody like me that could pull me to the side and say, come here, son, let me show you how this thing works. Take me to the side, show me, but I had to learn basically from the guys down the street. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's where I got all my learning, and that wasn't right. Trust me, most of that stuff wasn't right because they wasn't trying to do nothing right down the street. But that's where I got it. But I would love for somebody to come to me and say, come here, son, let me show you exactly how this thing done. I'm going to show you how to get to the next level. I'm going to show you how to put this stuff in perspective. I would have loved for somebody that had done me like that. Absolutely. I feel like I wouldn't have had to go through all I went through.
Yeah, that's it.
You see what I'm saying?
You got to get the game from somebody.
Yeah.
That's it. Somebody over thing go. I got it from Art. When Art came back, I got me one.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Shoot, I'm telling you, that's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes. You got to have somebody to show you. I had a lot of people tell me, look, man, I learned a lot from you, bro. Mm-hmm. I learned a lot from you. You showed me the game. You showed me. That's what I want to do. I want to show you how to get to the next level. I want to show you how to be able to think outside the box. A lot of times we be locked up in a box. We can't think outside the box. All we thinking about is this is a dead-end job. I can take a dead-end job and make it great.
Yep.
I can make a great job out of a dead-end job. Yep. I'm telling you, I'll be running something now.
But a lot of people on here do not believe that.
Yeah, I'll be running something in a little bit of time. I'm telling you. And all it takes is being able to think outside that box and get out of that mindset that you can't do anything.
Yep. You got to be a thinker.
You got to be a thinker. Man, everybody has a brain so they can think. But you think so small and you think and you get in your feelings and you think things ain't going to work out. A small thing to a giant. One small obstacle can't stop me. It takes a lot, man. Just give me a few weeks. All right. We got you. We got you, Dallas, man. Put that into practice, man. Guaranteed. It works every time. Yeah. Somebody know a difference. Will see that difference in you. I'm promising they'll see that.
Man, you gonna stand out like a sore thumb.
A sore thumb.
That's it. Ain't nobody out here doing nothing worth a dang go, man. Everybody think somebody taking advantage of them. Or like you said, they making all the money.
Yeah.
You in there sabotaging.
Yeah.
Ain't no need for you to put in no job application and you going in there, you trying to run the people out of business.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, it's crazy. But you got to understand the concept. You know, you got to understand the concept. These people need to make money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you right there in the middle of them making money. You the one, you got to help them. Yep. Well, you say they're making all the money. Maybe they is right now, but I need to make more money than what I'm making. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And you will make more money. Mm-hmm. That's a promise.
Well, me and Art, we're going to continue to bring you more episodes just like this one, between what I say, what he say, what's in the comments, what the callers say. The truth is in there somewhere.
Right. It's one thing for certain.
It's two things for sure.
We're going to tell the truth.
Because it's time.
Hey, we wish y'all a Merry, Merry Christmas. Everybody, just Merry Christmas to you all. We hope you and your family have a great season.
Yep. Let me get this back up here before we get out. Let's see y'all.
Peace.